Hey, it's Birdman here for Birdman on the Mountain, hanging out with Paul Berry at Stone Wealth Strategies. And it's a beautiful day here in the White Mountains. Having
It
fun.
is.
And we're talking about Mark Matson. And we're going to be talking in upcoming episodes about his newest book, which is Experiencing the American Dream, which is not brand new. But you wanted to talk a little bit about the book that came ahead of that.
Yeah. It's called Main Street Money, and Mark wrote it probably 25 years ago.
Okay.
His first adventure in writing. He was hoping it was his last adventure in writing. He tells us a story that it really took him a very long time because he couldn't get it in his head. He wanted to do another book, this book, Experiencing the American Dream, but he found that he didn't like writing so much, and it just took a lot of preparation, a lot of discernment to begin this second book. He actually took and I'll get into the other book shortly because I just remembered this. He rented one of those fancy trailers. They're round and stuff. I can't remember the name of them.
Like the teardrop trailers?
No, not the teardrops.
Oh, you're talking about Airstream.
Airstream.
Yes,
there
we
go.
He
rented an Airstream, parked it out at there's a camp for RVs and stuff by the casino, across the highway from the casino, out at doggone it, where you come into Phoenix from Payson.
McDowell.
Huh?
McDowell. The McDowell casino.
McDowell.
Yeah.
And he parked it out there and isolated himself in it from time to time to put his book together.
Right.
That's what it took for him to actually do this second book. He kind of chained himself out there and wrote the book. So, anyways, his first book was Main Street Money, and he's actually been working on the concept of the American Dream experience the whole time he's been in business, and he was 1997, I believe. He and his dad started, and it wasn't called Matson Money then, but they started a financial services company together. And Mark, in his book, he explains it in American Dream Experience too. American Dream Experience is an add-on to and sophisticated. He's polished up all of his thoughts and stuff that he had in the first book.
Yeah.
And so it makes his second book very, very, very powerful. In fact, we as a group, Matson Money Advisors, are actually using the second book almost like a textbook.
There you go.
There's so much information in it. So, anyways, he wrote the first book, and
the first book is called
Main Street Money.
Main Street Money.
Main Street Money. And I don't know where you can get that one, but if
probably
anybody
not
wants
necessary.
one,
Probably not necessary because it's really built into this book. Correct.
correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's almost nothing. There's not even a story in it that isn't in the second book.
Yeah.
About his dad and all of his other experiences and stuff. It's just he's added to all of those.
Okay.
But again, Main Street Money kind of tells you that first off, you have to develop a purpose, so that there's a reason, that you have a reason to be making money, have a reason to invest your money. And that's a pretty powerful concept that most people don't understand. Without purpose, actually, life is almost meaningless. And Mark points that out very well. And I can tell you that I've always lived to a purpose, with a purpose, but never articulated it in that way. So my thing was, I just am making money, and I have to make money.
Yeah.
I never realized that I had the purpose to make that money for, and been able to articulate it and stuff. And if anybody's interested, my purpose is to create for myself and others the freedom to be free of fear.
Yes.
And it sounds kind of corny and stuff, and I don't want to get into personal stuff, but I'm going to.
Yeah, you bet.
I actually fulfilled on that purpose for my wife. When she died, she had no fear. And I created that for her. I mean, money is something that we've had, but we've spent and stuff too. We never accumulated a whole lot other than in our houses and our real estate and stuff. And so she was concerned when she got sick. She was really concerned, do we have enough money to get through what's happening with her? She had ALS. And so actually last year of her life, I put together a fund for myself in a bank that I thought would be sufficient. And turns out it was. And I told her what I had done and everything else, and so she did not have that fear. She wasn't worried about money.
Good.
So her only thing she had to do was try to get well, which never happens with ALS. But anyways, she had no fear when she died. It was, and I didn't realize that till just a few months ago myself, that I'd actually fulfilled on my purpose for her.
Good.
So we'll get back into Main Street Money. It talks about purpose, and then he developed a concept that Matson Money itself is the only company in the world, the only platform in the world that uses this concept. And the whole book is built on scientific investing.
Yes.
But it's not some science that he made up. It's science that Nobel Prize laureates made up.
Yep.
They actually won their Nobel Prizes for these concepts that we use in our Matson method. These concepts won these guys their Nobel Prizes, and we apply their science that they developed. The one guy, Harry Markowitz, actually developed it, and this is all in the book. It's all in both books. Developed what is today known as modern portfolio theory.
Yep.
And he developed it in his doctorate dissertation in the 50s.
Yeah.
And he did not win his Nobel Prize for that work until the 90s, and I think it was 1990, because computers weren't able to do the math and science that he actually did back in the 50s. They couldn't do that until the 90s to prove
Right.
that his...
So in the sciences for Nobel, for the
Correct.
Nobel Prizes,
Yep.
so you've got whether it's in physics or economics or anything else, what a lot of people don't understand is you put forth, the reason the person wins is they put forth a theory or they put forth a discovery method.
Correct.
Then it actually has to be proven.
Yep.
And usually that does not happen quickly. Usually it takes a long time.
Correct.
Then when it is proven...
And that's called empirical research.
Yep. It goes back to the original foundation or support of that theorem.
Yes.
And that's how they win their Nobel.
Yes.
So the Nobel Peace Prize, however, is quite different.
Oh,
It's done, and that's the one that people are most familiar with.
That's subjective,
Exactly.
not objective.
Yeah, so understand that these ones, and that's where people get confused. You're like, well, they just award it. The Nobel Sciences Awards are very, very set upon proven data.
Correct.
So it's
absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't want people to understand that because they'll throw into there that somebody had gotten a Peace Prize and they're like, well, they just got one, and it's like, yeah, then what would it prove? These are different.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, again, this Nobel Prize is in economics.
Yes.
And again, Nobel Peace Prize is a subjective,
Completely subjective, yes.
deal. All of the others in medicine and economics and physics and everything else, they're all strictly objective.
Right.
And the objectivity comes from he developed a theory, and other people in his field started playing around with it and either saying, no, this is crap, or yeah, maybe this has some.
But it took a computer to do the math to be able to prove it.
Yes, for Harry Markowitz especially.
Yes.
And the fact that people actually started applying it before the 1990s,
Right.
Modern portfolio theory, and realized that it actually works. Modern portfolio theory simply says that you invest in the entire market,
Right.
and you invest in the entire world market.
Right.
And when I say entire, I virtually mean entire. That's where the diversification in his science really comes into play.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't own the whole market, you don't get the market. You don't get market returns.
Yeah, most people buy in the U.S. market, and that's it.
Yep.
He's buying in, and there's a poster up on the wall, and it's probably changed because it goes up. It says 76 countries and counting.
Correct.
24,761 holdings, and those are obviously going to be counting as well.
It's around 27,000 unique holdings now.
Wow.
The countries are about the same. They were up to 80.
Yeah.
But Russia's no longer in there. China's no longer in there because their markets aren't too free.
Yes, it's a little too wild. And neither is Bitcoin, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the important thing about this, too, is that it's in 21 different asset categories.
Right.
Not a single... S&P is a asset category.
One.
A single asset category. This has 21 asset categories.
And remember that S&P, just understanding
is an index.
Is an index, but it's really driven by 7 companies.
No, the
6 or 7 companies.
The earnings of the S&P are driven by 7 companies. It's 500. It's the 500 largest companies. Actually, the 500 largest companies in the world, and most of them happen to be in the U.S.
Right.
But again, 7 companies. I don't know if I can name them all, but it's Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. Let me see.
People can Google that.
And they're called the Magnificent Seven.
Right.
So Google Magnificent Seven in investing, and all of those companies will come up.
But that's literally the proverbial all your eggs in one basket.
Pretty much, because over 40% of the value of the S&P sits in those 7 companies.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But that also means there's very little diversification there.
Yep.
And 500 companies sounds like you're pretty diversified, but when you got 20-some thousand worldwide,
Yep.
they're insignificant amount.
So that's the setup of the first book. Basically, it goes over all of those things. He redefined it, repurposed things, and we're going to get into the next book.
Correct.
Starting up with the next episodes. So,
Yep. Yep. And it's all based strictly on science. Science developed by three Nobel Prize laureates.
Very cool.
Again, not Peace Prize.
Not Peace Prize, yes. So once again, Paul Berry with Stone Wealth Strategies. I'm Birdman here for Birdman on the Mountain, and we'll see you soon.